Let's come to a comfortable seated position at first, allowing a few moments there for your body to adjust itself to that perfect comfortable position for the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. And then closing your eyes, and please breathe. Just allowing the attention to naturally react to my guidance. And just notice what the attention does. Just observe what's happening in this very moment. And what I mean here is letting go of thought content. What happened yesterday? What's going to happen in an hour? What's going to happen tomorrow? None of that is part of your direct experience. This is your direct experience. This is about exploring what's around you, what's inside, what's outside. It's about slowing down. So, slow down. What's going on for you right here, right now? What's in your experience? The sound of my voice is heard. And notice how the meaning comes up on its own. You don't have to do anything to understand what I'm saying. And that meaning comes up, and maybe you understand, prompting the attention to focus on a body part, the head, the throat, the arms. Notice how maybe as attention flows to each of these areas, we start feeling sensations. Sensations are always fuzzy, amorphous. They don't have a form. They're just here now. But mental activity can be triggered. Maybe a mental image of the body part, the torso, or a comment comes up about the legs, feet. All of this is happening as we invite awareness to experience the body directly as sensation. We become aware of how thought forms an idea based on the raw experience, and then turns that experience, that sensation, into an object. How does it do that? Well, starts describing it, starts giving it characteristics, the size, the color, the shape, and edge. And that's just the way this body mind complex thing functions. There's no need to change anything, no need to quiet the mind, no need to manipulate the body. It's just about observing, it's just about stepping back and allowing the mind, allowing the body to do whatever they want to do. And while you're in touch with that, you might notice that the body just naturally relaxes or the mind naturally quiets down. That's what the actual experience is about. So just noticing the body. Eyes remain closed, we're still seated, maybe with the spine straight, heart open. It's an effortless body posture. Bringing awareness to the breath, to the subtle current of the breath. This is always the invitation. Slow down. Notice how the breath is also about sensation. Sensation at the tip of the nose, sensation at the back of the throat, a sensation that the mental apparatus labels belly, chest, rising, falling. These are just words that describe the real thing. They are not the real thing. They are a real thing on their own, right? Thoughts, they're thoughts. And this is what happens. It's just for the sake of convenience so that we can understand, so that we can communicate. The mind, the mental apparatus, creates an anatomical dimension here for the process of breathing. maybe with thoughts about the breath moving in certain directions, or maybe images of a body breathing. Whatever it is that's happening for you, just take a moment here to observe, to notice. And, of course, thought content is useful. Of course. It can help summon the sensation. Energy follows attention, remember. And here, this means that we're creating an intention to merge the raw sensation of the breath with the attention. And that creates one movement of awareness. In our exercise here, maybe up and down along the midline of the body, so that we can trace the pathway between the base of the spine and the space between the eyebrows on the length of an inhale. There's the connection there. And journeying back down on the length of an exhale. And maybe at first, this integrated movement happens as visualization, as imagination. And as the connection between these two areas begins to light up in thought, maybe a subtle sensation begins to emerge, a feeling at the endpoints, base of the spine, third eye. Eventually, maybe at each station along the way, along the midline of the body, as the breath moves up, as the breath moves down, as attention moves up, as attention moves down. And breathing in to create that movement from the base of the spine to the eyebrow center, and out, eyebrow center to the base of the spine. Notice how after a little while, it just starts to happen on its own. Just takes a bit of adjustment. Each one of us has a different breath length. Each one of us is going through whatever we're going through at the moment. So it really is an individual thing. And it's just about allowing what's true, what's real for you in this very moment to happen. It's a subtle, energetic movement along the midline of the body, from the base of the spine to the space between the eyebrows, from the source at the base of the spine to the blossoming at the space between the eyebrows. An energy channel. And a great way to summon this energy channel, to wake this energy up, is to imagine a bud, a flower bud at the base of the spine. Again, any flower. And as the breath in happens, we can see it rise through the midline of the body, opening one petal at a time along the way until it's fully open at the eyebrow center. Filled with fragrance, beauty, grace, just observe. And then for the duration of the exhale, the attention moves back down along with the image of that flower, closing petal by petal by petal by petal as it returns to a bud at the base of the spine. In, attention rising, the flower opening, blossoming at the eyebrow center. Out, attention descends, flower closing, returning to a bud at the base of the spine. Maybe it feels good just to observe that movement of attention, of awareness happening on its own. A few more breaths, imagination, attention, felt sensation along the midline of the body. Journeying with awareness, taking your time, Some of us maybe feel it right away. We get in touch with the sensations. For some of us, it's a bit harder. We have to linger with that visualization a little longer, but then eventually we start feeling that subtle tingling, that sensation moving up and down. Maybe it moves up and down along the spine. Maybe it's more of it's something that you really can't pinpoint. It's just something's happening there, a warmth. It's unique to you. Just letting go into that. I'm going to be quiet for a few moments, a few minutes, so that you can really dive into that movement of awareness with the breath. Inhaling, flower opening all the way to the eyebrow center. Exhaling, closing down to the base of the spine. You gently start releasing the visualization, relaxing the attention, just remaining present with your experience, simply experiencing what's really happening. And while we're maintaining the connection with the moment, if you wish, you can start getting ready for a yoga nidra session. So if you're seated and you want to come to your back, okay to open your eyes, but make sure we keep that inner rhythm going, that awareness of the inner rhythm. You take a few moments there to find a comfortable shavasana, comfortable position, maybe lying down with the legs, the arms extended, or whatever other position you want to assume there. It's any variation that best suits you. Props, a bolster, a cushion, or even a blanket if you want to cover yourself. And always keep it in mind that during Yoga Nidra, we want to welcome every experience, anything that happens around us and within us, without, as a messenger, calling awareness back to the present moment. Any unwanted sounds, any sensations, any emotions, thoughts. It's all part of the journey. They're all anchors to the present moment. So as we come to physical stillness, I'd like to invite you to open your eyes if they're closed. And on the next breath in, close your eyes. Breathe out, open your eyes. Slowly, consciously. Again, inhale, close your eyes. Exhale, open the eyes. Again, inhale, close the eyes. Exhale, open the eyes. Keep going. You're syncing that movement of the eyes with the breath. With each breath in, closing the eyes. With each breath out, opening the eyes. You notice that every time you close the eyes are heavier. Every time you open the eyes, there's a bit more difficulty in opening the eyes. Closing the eyes, they become heavier. Open the eyes a little less every time, every time. Until at some point, maybe you inhale, close the eyes, and the eyes remain closed. And as you breathe out, you just allow the attention to come to the body. Take a moment here to allow the whole body to come into your field of awareness, the whole body, lying, sitting, held by the earth, just fully sensed. So, what is this like? What is it like when my voice invites you to feel the body resting on the ground, the mat, the chair, the sofa, whatever that surface providing support is? What's that invitation pointing to? What are the words pointing to? Are there two sensations like the words suggest? A body, a ground, a body, a mat, a body, a chair? Or is it only one amorphous feeling, formless feeling? When the attention goes there, do any mental associations come up? Any comments? Any interpretations? Like, dislike? Just observe, feel. Now, please set the intention to open your eyes back up just for a moment and look around. What do you see? Let's bring attention to the sense of sight. Observe whatever is around you. Observe the shapes, the colors, the patterns. They have a certain undeniability to them, right? There's a certainty of their existence that you can't really explain. They're just there. The objects, the colors, the shapes, the thoughts, the labels, the stories about them, everything. Just here, now. Take your time, look around, notice how your reality is built. Notice how the brain, the mind builds your reality. It's the same with all the senses. Slowly close the eyes back down. Are there any tastes or smells in your field of awareness? Maybe a lingering taste in the mouth or a smell in the room where you're in. Slow down. Observe what's in your direct experience. It's the same process here as well. Attention focuses on a sense. Each sensory perception comes up, is translated is interpreted. And maybe a story about it emerges, maybe a preference, a memory, or an emotionally charged thought. Something is good, bad, funny, sad. It reminds me of this. It reminds me I have to do that. And when you turn your attention to the mental apparatus itself, to what we label mind, and notice the images, the thoughts, the emotions, it's actually attention skipping from element to element to element. And you can observe how emotions reflect in the body as sensations. Emotions are all about sensation. And maybe you can see how certain thoughts and emotions seem to feed on each other. It's the tendency of the mind, of the mental apparatus to react. It's always in motion, always creating this motion. And it creates the motion through duality, a tendency to identify with some elements and a tendency to push other elements away. So it's always in this play of duality, creating motion. And here you are in the background, observing that inner flux, observing what's happening. Let's go to the sense of hearing. Just take a few moments to explore the sense of hearing, the sounds you hear. Yes, it appears that are sounds that are more distant than others. It's sounds that are there, but the mind interprets these sounds are more distant. This sound is closer. These are thoughts about the sounds you hear. Always the same process. And we slow down, we're able to see it. There's the label, the stories, the likes, the dislikes. And then there's just the allowing everything to be. It's just a recognition. It's more than a recognition, it's a welcoming. Welcoming everything just as it is, exactly as it is. And as you continue to follow the sound of my voice, that's a sound too. It's about hearing too. Maybe meaning becomes intention as we go on a journey of mindfulness through the body. The doer taking a back seat. Words are heard. Intention is set. Attention merges with the sensation. One movement of awareness along the body parts. So please bring the attention to the space between the eyebrows, the throat, right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, the tip of the right thumb, the tip of the index finger, the tip of the middle finger of the right hand, ring finger, pinky. You're noticing each sensation, or maybe it's an image that comes up or a word. Staying with what's happening for you. Let's move back to the right wrist, elbow, right shoulder, Awareness of the throat center, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, the tip of the left thumb, tip of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky. The doer taking a back seat. Attention reacting to the spoken words as it shifts its focus back to the left wrist, elbow, shoulder. Awareness of the throat center. And now please bring your attention to the middle of the chest, the right side of the chest, the middle of the chest, the left side of the chest. Once again to the middle of the chest. And let's move down to the navel center, further down to the pelvis, onto the right hip, going down along the right leg to the right knee, the ankle. Attention on the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth, fifth. Attention taken on the role of intention. Intention to bring awareness to the right ankle, knee, right hip, pelvis, left hip, down along the thigh to the left knee, ankle. Attention on the big toe of the left foot, second toe, third toe, fourth, fifth, left ankle, knee, left hip, pelvis, rising towards the navel, then on to the middle of the chest, further up towards the throat, and back to the space between the eyebrows. From here, attention expands, attention showers to the whole body present in the field of awareness. You're just feeling the pure sensitivity of the moment. Sensations, faint feelings, warmth, thoughts, emotions. Whatever's happening for you, keep breathing. And as awareness expands through the whole body, perhaps there is a new perspective that reflects the direct experience of the body, that certainty of what's right here, right now. Keep breathing. Natural, smooth, silent breath. No effort, no strain. There's nowhere to go or nothing to do. It's just about witnessing the whole body breathing, naturally, effortlessly. Noticing how the awareness of the breath gets you to slow down. And seeing the breath for what it is, sensation. Sensation at the tip of the nose, at the back of the throat. Sensation at the belly, the chest. Maybe thoughts come up, the breath moving up and down or in and out. Images of a body breathing. So many thoughts, so many images. You're telling you all these things, but is thought content, the stories that thought is telling you, is it really part of the direct experience? Or what is thought pointing to? Just take a moment to observe. What are your thoughts pointing to? So maybe the next time the concept inhaling comes to label the sensation, just allow it to merge with the awareness of the body as it comes up from the toes all the way to the top of the head. Take your time, take your time. And as the label exhaling or I am exhaling appears, we set the intention, just follow the movement of awareness back to the toes. This is how we keep going for a few rounds of breath. The breath, the attention, the sensation merged, moving from the toes to the top of the head on a breath in, taking the whole extension of the inhale to get there. And top of the head to the toes on the breath out. It's a different quality of experience here when we follow the sensation along with the breath. And when we make it a mental thing, it tends to go faster when we just visualize and imagine. Because when we're in touch with the sensation, we have to wait for it to come up and then we just follow it down, up and down along the body. We have to slow the movement down. And that slows the breath down as well. But then again, there is no hurry. Just take your time following the sensations, movement of attention. The length of the breath is always your measure. So here we're adjusting the breath to the movement of attention, to the movement of sensation. Distractions are bound to come up. Maybe the mind doing its thing and throwing in a thought or something that you remember or an emotion that comes up. Don't have any control over that. Don't have any control of the world that's going on around you. Things will pop up. That's perfectly okay. It's just what's going on. That we just acknowledge, okay, this is here. Remember, a messenger. It's a messenger to the moment, brought me back to the moment. And then I focus my attention on the breath and the movement of awareness up and down along the body. Maybe along the midline of the body, maybe along the whole body, from toes to head, from head to toes. And now that movement slowly, gradually starts dissolving into the background of experience, just expanding into that quietude, into that absolute stillness. It's an inner stillness, that vast darkness in front of closed eyes. And abiding as awareness means just resting as awareness, resting as whatever comes up, as pure being. You're getting ready now to immerse to the surface of awareness. So, hearing the voice, setting the intention, turning the other senses back on, acknowledging the sense of sight, that darkness in front of your closed eyes, noticing thoughts, emotions coming and going, it's thinking going on, the lingering smells or taste, bodily sensations, bringing awareness to the points of contact between the body, the surface providing support. Yes, the gentle pressure of the clothes on your skin, the air coming in and out at the tip of your nose, just acknowledging one experience and the next and the next. Welcoming each and every one of these experiences with openness and maybe taking deeper breaths at some point. Start filling your body with a life giving energy. Now, through the breath, each breath in, allowing you to become more and more aware, more and more awake. Each breath in, bringing you closer to the surface of awareness until at some point you feel that gentle urge to move the body physically. Just allow those movements to come up on their own as we start moving, maybe the fingers, the toes, the head, the arms, the legs. Eventually, maybe nice, good, full body stretch, or knees to chest, or resting in a fetal position for a couple of breaths, or maybe even opening and closing the eyes a few times. Taking your time, finding your path. There's your unique path to the waking life. And eventually, if you're not already there, just finding your way to a seated position. Eyes are still closed. Just notice how you feel this very moment. Maybe a bit more relaxation in the body or softness in the breath, or the volume of the mind turned down a little bit, or less thoughts coming and going. And the knowing of it all. That's the key here. The knowing of it all. You know everything. All these things are going on. And as our Yoga Nidra comes to a close this evening, let's finish off by taking a big breath in together, filling up the lungs. Hold for a moment and open the mouth, sighing it out. Blinking the eyes open. Welcome back.